Hello everyone, welcome back to another Honkai Impact third video. Today we're going to be taking a look at mistakes beginners make that kind of ruin their account at the start of their journey. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the stuff that they do and try and see how we can avoid them. So if you guys enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Honkai Impact third content and Reverse 1999 content. And as always, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first mistake that I see other players do, and mostly beginners, is basically pulling on the on the dorm supply. This is one of the worst things to do at the start because I mean you could only like pull once they give you the 10 pull that you can do, but I would not really recommend going for the 8 dorm supply because it doesn't really provide any useful Valkyries at the start. I would rather just go ahead and just focus on the focus supply. That way you can basically try and have a higher chance of getting the Valkyrie that you want. So dorm supplies are really bad because first off, there's a bunch of listed Valkyries that are in this. I'm not sure which. How do we see that? I'm actually not sure. Oh, there it is. The Valkyrie. There it is. Valkyrie album. So there's a bunch of S-rank Valkyries that are in the game that are not really that good, like Herschel Void, fucking what's it called? This Night Moonbeam. She was really good back then, but now she's not really that like good. So there's a bunch of really bad Valkyries that are in the dorm supply that I don't really recommend going for. Plus, focus supplies will basically guarantee that you're gonna get the Valkyrie that you want. So I would basically try and recommend you guys to save up your crystals, wait for a rerun of the Valkyrie that you want to go for, and then basically pull for that. Plus, most of these Valkyries that are in this one are basically free in the War Treasury. If you guys go over there, you can see like Elysia, which is I think one of the better physical DPS is available right now. Bright Knight Excelsis, sorry. Bright Knight Excelsis is also available. She is available in the dorm supply, but you can just get her for free. Phoenix, Phoenix is available. A bunch of older characters as well. Cillian is also available, which is like one of the better Ignite Valkyries in the game. There's also Jade Knight, which is the best support, not the best, second best ice support in the game. So I would rather just go for War Treasury instead of just going for the dorm supply. So please do not make this mistake on just opening 10 pulls in the dorm supply because it's actually not really worth it. Alright guys, so the second mistake that I see a lot of new players do, especially not new players but every gacha player or free-to-play player that I see doing, is basically pulling in every single update. This is really bad because it just kind of makes it so that you're not really crystal efficient. Obviously, if you're a dolphin or a shark, or not a shark, sorry, a dolphin or a whale, that doesn't really matter for you because you know you're gonna spend some money on crystals. But most of the time, you would just need to save up your crystals, wait for the Valkyrie that you are looking for, and just spend your crystals there. Some Valkyries are also free, especially in the next update. So she's going to be free to play. You guys can get her in the Asteroid shop. Grisio is going to be available because she's an SP Valkyrie. So there's no need for you guys to spend any crystals on that. So definitely something that you guys can keep in mind because if an update comes out, it doesn't mean that you have to spend your crystals on it in order to get the Valkyrie that you need. So definitely something to keep in mind for newer players or for any F2P players. So this is really important. The third mistake that I see a lot of people doing also is not spending their stamina efficiently. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with your stamina, obviously, because there's so many good modes in this kind of game. What I do to spend most of my stamina on is basically the material expedition. This is super important because it makes you so that you don't really kind of worry about having XP mats or any sort of mats that basically require you to get to basically upgrade your stigmas or weapons. So make sure to to use your stamina that you have on material expeditions, because it's really important. Also, it gives a lot of points for your dailies. That way you can finish it off really easily. So keep that in mind. Make sure to also use to use your stamina on material expedition. I also use my stamina on open world next. So first off, I do material expedition, then my open worlds, because they provide a bunch of good stuff for you. So here, as you can see, I finished off my my open world missions. I got a bunch of fragments for some of the SP Valkyries that I'm grinding for, like Griseo or Official, stuff like that. And it's really important because it gives out so many good stuff for especially for free-to-play players. Also, make sure to use your stamina. That's the second one that I do. The third one that I do to use my stamina on. So I have material expedition, open world, and then finally I used most of my stamina, the remaining ones, on expeditions. These are really good just to have some to finish off some Valkyries that you're grinding for. For example, right now I'm grinding for the Battlestorm Himeko in order to get her to triple S, and then after once I'm finished with Himeko's fragments, I can focus on other stuff. So as you can see here, you know, White Comet, I finished her to triple S, Valkyrie Ranger, Divine Prayer, you know, Crimson Impulse, Valkyrie Chariot. So all these characters that I've grinded for are only in Expedition. So it's just a way to have some sort of collectible in the game, which is really cool for your account. Or if you want to basically make it so that if you're starting the game, you can grind for Valkyrie Ranger to double S, for example, without wasting any asteroids in the asteroid shop. So definitely something that you guys should keep in mind. Make sure to use all your stamina for the day, because also I think at 12 and at 3 you're gonna gain an extra 30 stamina from May's lunchbox, so make sure to use that as well during your dailies. So this is something to keep in mind for newer players or any players that play in Honkai Impact. So another mistake that I see a lot of people doing, this is something that I kind of realized, that thankfully I realized early on in the game, and I managed to do some researches on it and kind of understand how everything works, is basically stigmatas. Stigmatas are super important in the late game, and I definitely recommend a lot of people starting to grind for stigmatas at the early start of the stage of the game. Some cheaper ones, obviously, you're not going to go for G4 at the start of the game, it doesn't make sense. But, you know, it's G2 stigmatas that are really good. I definitely try and recommend trying to like Google a bunch of good stigmatas that you guys can use at the start that are really good. For example, Talus is really good for fire Valkyries. She provides a bunch of good buffs for obviously fire Valkyries. You know, gain 10% total damage, more fire damage, and it stacks up 10 times. So definitely stuff that you should be going for, because stigmatas are really important for a Valkyrie, and they kind of make or break the performance that it does, you know. So definitely try and use as much of your tickets that you have in the Invites of Mirage in order to grind for the specific stigmatas that you need. Also, make sure to use the exchange shop to buy a bunch of good stigmatas that you guys need. So the one that I do recommend is obviously Isaac Newton. I would recommend getting a bunch of copies for Isaac Newton, because it's one of the better stigmatas to have at the early stage of the game. So if you want to basically buy a stigmata on the exchange shop, you can go ahead and do so for Isaac Newton, so which is really good. So yeah, definitely try and use as much use your tickets as much as possible to get stigmatas on the early stages of the game, instead of just waiting to the late game and basically get clapped by hard bosses, and then you have to, you know, start grinding once you realize you are not strong enough. So I've seen a lot of people, you know, showing me their account, and basically I see, you know, the really old stigmatas, the 3-star stigmatas that you have, you know, these ones, and then they have a level 80 account, which doesn't really make sense. I see like these ones, the Elizabeth stigmata with fucking the Wang stigmata. So like don't do these kind of mistakes. It kind of makes it so that your account is really bad, and makes it so that you struggle really hard to finishing, you know, Exalted Abyss bosses and stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. And try and look at some bunch of videos that will help you, you know, choose what's the best stigmata to get. Maybe I'll make a video on that. That way you guys can you know, benefit on that for newer players. So definitely keep that in mind. And the final recommendation that I give to everyone, and I see people not doing, obviously, is not selling out shops in events. This is something that is really important, especially for FTP players, because if you are able to sell out everything in the shop, you'll be able to basically maximize everything. Like, you basically profit out of everything that is in the event, and get as much as possible that the event give you. So as you can see here in the what's it called? Let me check actually. Captain's Ranch Tale. So Captain's Ranch Tale, I managed to sell out the entire shop. I got everything except the skin, obviously. I'm gonna try and get that tomorrow, hopefully. So you can manage to sell out everything in the shop. Got all the 400 crystals with the Honkai cubes. This is really important, actually. You have to get these because they're actually really annoying to get. So Honkai cubes with, you know, Ancient Legacy in order to get, you know, some fragments for some of my Valkyries that I want to level up, with, you know, time swap passes for Invisive Mirage, and, you know, Phase Shifter for Stigmatas, a Mageddon just to buy in order to buy more Honkai shards, and then stuff like that. As Imagine for Foundry, for the, obviously, if you guys already started the game, just started the game, these are really good to craft good stigmatas like Marco Polo, and, you know, coins, just in order to have as much money as possible, so I can guarantee some upgrades. So definitely try and sell out this shop as soon as you can, or as much as you can. So yeah, that's my last recommendation, or a mistake that I see a bunch of people doing. So yeah, that's basically it for the video. I just want to let you guys know on these kind of mistakes that a lot of people do, and that I see, especially with my friend's account. So I wanted to make a video on that, just to help out some people that are just starting the game. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Honkai Impact 3 content. If you want to see some these sorts of videos, guides and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be really happy to see some advice and stuff like that in order to make as much good guides as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.